Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 122. My name is Anisha, and I have a background in psychology. I am a mindfulness meditation teacher, and I am an aligned life coach, meaning I basically help women live in alignment with what matters most to them so that they can live a deeply fulfilling life. So, this is a little bit about me. And before I share more about what we do in these lives, I would love to feel your presence. Meaning, I would love for you if you can drop a hi and share which part of the world you're joining us from, or are you here for the very first time, or have you been here before? So, yeah, feel free to drop in a hi because since I cannot see you, that is my only way to feel connected with you. And if you can't type right now, that's all right as well, because I understand sometimes people watch live while they're doing some other work. So that's okay as well. Um, yeah, so since I do not have any comment yet, I'm assuming maybe, you are here for the very first time and you are like kind of feeling the space and seeing if this is what you want right now, if this is where you want to spend your time and energy right now. So, I am going to give you a small overview of what we do in these lives, and then we will move on to, actually starting with the live. Okay. So, we usually start these lives with a meditation, and that meditation is of around like 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. And once we are done with the meditation, we are feeling more open, our vibrations have raised, then we allow that wisdom, allow that message that wants to come to us to come forward through a wheel. Okay, so we have a wheel of wisdom and we spin that wheel, and through that wheel, the universe, God, source, divine, consciousness, basically whatever you believe in, chooses a book for us. And then we open the book and, we play a game where I ask you guys to choose a number and then we do a reading from that. And yeah, things flows from there. So I will add more details for each part when we get to that part. But for right now, I would love to know, are you guys ready to start this live with a meditation? Like, are you guys settled in a quiet place where you can meditate? And if yes, you can type, ready in the comments. Hi, Reddy, welcome. Rich says, hi, Anisha, watching while working here. Thank you for letting me know, Rich, and thank you for joining, the space even while you were busy. B is ready as well. Wonderful. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay, Riddhi says, so the Riddhi is referring to our last live session and where she shared the issues that she was facing. And she shares now, I did send the letter to my bestie and she replied back, but it seems like she isn't in her heart space yet. I would love some guidance on this friendship itself. Okay, Riddhi, then thank you for sharing that with me. And I'm glad that you took the action step. You took some action step based on whatever we discussed. And let's see what wants to come through on that. So when we will go on to, spinning the wheel, then you can hold this intention in your mind. But for now, we are going to start with the meditation as we usually do with these lives. So, okay. So the meditation that we do is based upon the quote for today, meaning when you opened today's when you opened Insight Timer app, you might have seen a quote on the home page. So we meditate upon that so that the wisdom that is right in front of our eyes can sink into our subconscious mind. Okay. So, yeah, so since everyone here is ready, as mentioned in the comments, let's start with the meditation. So, begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can sit down or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. And as you begin to settle into this position, you notice a gentle sense of heaviness growing in your eyelids. You're feeling your eyelids becoming heavier and heavier until they completely meet with each other. And as your eyes gets closed in this manner, feeling your eye sockets resting wherever they are. So feel your eyes rested in the sockets. And now move your attention from your eyes to your breath, noticing the air flowing in through your nose and flowing out of your body. With each breath, you are going into a relaxing state, and you can allow yourself to relax and go deeper because you know that you can come to full attention anytime you need it. But for now, allow yourself to relax physically. Allow your mind to get more and more calmer. And with each exhale, feel the calmness in your mind and the relaxation in your body doubling up. Today, we are going to meditate and absorb the wisdom from a timeless quote by Epictetus. The quote says, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself. Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself. So, in this quote, Epictetus is reminding us that through peace, joy, and goodness, that this true peace, joy, and this basic goodness cannot be found in the external world, in things like success, approval, possessions, or circumstances. Those things are fleeting, unstable, and always changing. When we attach our happiness to them, our emotional state becomes fragile, rising and falling with every change around us. So instead, he invites us to turn inward, to reconnect with our inner peace, wisdom, kindness, courage, and so much more. These are the various qualities of your true self. So, when the source of your goodness is within, you become unshakable. And this quote isn't about rejecting the outer world, it's about reclaiming your inner power. You can enjoy life, love deeply, and engage fully, but without giving away your peace to things that are beyond your control. Because when we rely on the outer world for happiness, we live in constant anxiety, trying to control what we can't. We feel small when life gives us what we when life doesn't gives us what we want. We lose touch with our own power when we rely for our happiness on external things. But when we seek goodness within, we find steadiness even amidst the chaos. We learn that peace is not found but created within us. We become less reactive and more rooted in our truth. So, in this practice, we will invite this wisdom to take root within our subconscious mind. And we will do so using affirmations. So, in a moment from now, I am going to count from 5 down to 1. And with each number that I say, you will find yourself drifting deeper and deeper into a complete relaxed state. 5. Feel your forehead softening. 4. Your jaw unclenching. 3. Your shoulders are loosening. 2. Your arms and legs are getting heavier and heavier, sinking into the surface beneath you. 1. Feeling fully relaxed. Every muscle, every bone, every cell of your body is now at complete ease, and you have reached the door of your subconscious mind, which is wide open. From this point on, you will let go of all the outside noises and simply listen to my voice. I will now share certain affirmations with you, which are going to make you feel wonderful in every way. I will repeat each statement 3 times. For the first 2 times, simply listen and let those words sink in. And on the third time, you can affirm that truth by repeating it silently in your mind. So let's begin. All that I seek already lives in me. My true self is all that I long to be. All that I seek already lives in me. My true self is all that I long to be. Now repeat after me. All that I seek already lives in me. My true self is all that I long to be. My heart is whole, my spirit free. I honor the light that lives in me. My heart is whole, my spirit free. I honor the light that lives in me. Now repeat after me. My heart is whole, my spirit free. I honor the light that lives in me. Calm is something I create, not something I await. Calm is something I create, not something that I await. Now repeat after me. Calm is something I create, not something I await. Love flows through in all I do. Love flows through in all I do. Now repeat after me. Love flows through in all I do. I am whole with all I need. I can choose however I want to feel. I am whole with all I need. I can choose however I want to feel. Now repeat after me. I am whole with all I need. I can choose however I want to feel. Peace starts within, not with what I win. Peace starts within, not with what I win. Now repeat after me. Peace starts within, not with what I win. My worth is clear when I hold myself dear. My worth is clear when I hold myself dear. Now repeat after me. My worth is clear when I hold myself dear. Life is not a test. I am already blessed. Life is not a test. I am already blessed. Now repeat after me. Life is not a test. I am already blessed. Gratitude opens every door. I am fulfilled forevermore. Gratitude opens every door. I am fulfilled forevermore. Now repeat after me. Gratitude opens every door. I am fulfilled forevermore. steer my day in my own way. I steer my day in my own way. Now repeat after me. I steer my day in my own way. Peace is my way, no matter the day. Peace is my way, no matter the day. Now repeat after me. Peace is my way, no matter the day. I have nothing to earn, just love and light to return. I have nothing to earn, just love and light to return. Repeat after me. I have nothing to earn, just my love and light to return. My goodness blooms inside and flows far and wide. My goodness blooms inside and flows far and wide. Now repeat after me. My goodness blooms inside and flows far and wide. You did great. And now it's time to return. So, in a moment from now, I am going to count from 1 up to 5. And at 5, you may either choose to open your eyes, feeling refreshed and ready for the wonderful day ahead, or you can simply drift into a peaceful sleep if it's time for you to rest. 1. Awareness returning to your body, bringing small movements like wiggling your toes and your fingers to wake up your body. Moving however your body wants to be moved. Two, feeling the air against your skin. Three, noticing the sounds around you. 4. Almost there. Taking a deep, nourishing breath in and out. 5. If you feel ready, allow your eyes to gently open, or alternatively, keep them closed and drift into a wonderful sleep, arriving back in the space. If you guys feel called to share your experience, then you can do so in the comments. And if you don't feel like typing, then that's okay. I understand that you don't feel like breaking that meditative state. So you can simply press the heart somewhere here to let me know that the meditation resonated with you. Thank you. And before I go to the comments, I see that some new people have joined us. So I want to say welcome to you all. Welcome in the space. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode 122. And in case you guys missed the meditation or joined late, I will share towards the end where you can access this meditation. Um, but for now, I am going to return back to the comments and then move to the next phase of this live, which is about tapping into some wisdom, receiving that message in a fun way. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Chris joined us. Welcome, Chris. I hope that you enjoyed the meditation. Hi, Amber. So happy to have you here again. Thank you for tuning in. And Amber says hello from Turtle Island, a west coast. Calming, joined, cultivated. Ah, I love that. And such a beautiful name, of your island. I love that. And Jess is joining us from Australia. Welcome, Jess. I am glad that you chose to spend your time here with me. Um, let's see. LJ says peaceful and opening. I am glad that you felt that opening in your heart, LJ. And now I am pretty sure that you would receive that message that really wants to touch you deeply. Carlos says, thank you. My first time here. Welcome, Carlos. And thank you so much for, giving the space a chance, for tuning in. I really, really do hope that you receive something of value from this live today. Chris says, thank you. Beautiful way to begin my day. Oh, I love that. Ah, and yeah, you know, you add the beauty here in the space as well, Chris. Okay, so now that we have began our day and and we have started this live with the meditation, and we are more open, more centered, more grounded, and you know, we are feeling more connected. Now we are going to tap into the wisdom. So, for that, let me show you guys the wheel of wisdom that we have. So, this is our wheel of wisdom, and this wheel contains the name of 31 books, 31 transformational books that I have came across in my own journey of healing and personal growth. And now, what we're going to do is we are going to spin this wheel And this wheel is going to randomly select a book for us, so that we receive that message that the universe, source, divine, spirit guides, angels, and sisters, whatever you want to call it, wants to send our way. So, before we do that, I would like to invite you guys so that every single one of you receives what you're looking for from this live. And for that, I would like to set an intention, before we spin the wheel. So for that, I want you guys to, take a moment and think, is there something specific that is going on in your life regarding which you would like some guidance? And if so, you know, you can share it in the comments, or you can just type ready, once you have thought of something, so that I get to know that you guys have thought of something and we can spin the wheel. And if there is nothing specific, then you can set an intention to be open to receive some guidance for today. Okay. So, whatever it is, just, bring that to your awareness. And once you're ready, type ready or press the heart button so I know that you have thought of something. Carlos says, yes, I enjoyed the affirmations very much. Thank you. Oh, Carlos, I'm so happy that you did. I'm glad that, they resonated with you. Okay. Okay, so we have some hearts now and a comment. So I'm assuming that you guys have thought of something that you need to receive guidance on today. And let's see what Amber shares. Amber shares that to venture forth freely in seva or to continue with formal education setting. And so that way, oh, I love your intention to serve, whether it is, purely voluntarily or in on the basis of what you have received education in. Okay, so lovely intention. Thank you for bringing that energy here, Amber. Okay, so now that you guys have thought of something, I invite you to hold that, in your awareness as I spin this wheel. Okay, so the book that came for all of us today is Ask and It Is Given. And definitely at that moment, Amelia's comment wanted to come through because, yeah, Amelia is kind of a symbol for us in the space for for the power of manifesting. Um, okay, yeah, so let me first mention the full name of this book and then I will go to the comments. So the name of the book again is Ask and It Is Given. So remember, whatever it is that you're asking for, the universe is ready for, to offer it to you. And the subtitle of this book is Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther and Jerry Hicks. So before I open the book, let me go through the comment by lovely Amelia. Amelia says, wow, that was so beautiful, Anisha. Those affirmations were a wonderful start to the day. Thank you. I am so happy that you guys enjoyed the affirmations and that seemed like a good start for like a lot of you. It means a lot. And thank you, dear Amber, for mentioning the name of the book. It really helps. Okay, so let me open the book and see what wants to come through. So usually what I do is I ask you guys to choose a number, but for this book, since as I mentioned that I have read these books over a span of 8 to 10 years, So I do not have the original book through which I read, and hence I'm not going with a number game for this particular book, maybe with the next book. For this book, I have my notes from this book, basically, which are the insightful paragraphs or the transformative exercises from this book. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this book is I am going to close my eyes and I'm going to scroll through the pages until my intuition says stop. This is something that everyone present here needs to hear. Okay, so we are going to do this way for this book. Okay. And as I do so, continue to hold that intention in your mind, whatever it is that you need guidance on. So you guys get to direct this live. Okay, let's start. Let me see what wants to come through. Okay. Hmm. So the author says unwanted things cannot jump into your experience uninvited. Unwanted things cannot jump into your experience uninvited. So, under this, author writes freedom from the fear of unwanted experiences will never be achieved by trying to control the behavior or desires of others. Again, freedom from the fear of unwanted experiences will never be achieved by trying to control the behavior or desires of others. Maybe, we want certain people to behave in a certain manner. Maybe we want them to, maybe want us, or want certain things like, that we like. But it but that is not the way to go, as the author says. The author continues, your freedom can only be allowed by adjusting your own vibrational point of attraction. Without a knowledge of the law of attraction and without a conscious awareness of what you are doing with your own vibrational point of attraction, it is understandable why you would attempt to control the circumstances that surround you. But you cannot control the many circumstances that surrounds you. However, once you learn about the law of attraction and once you are aware of the way your thought feels, you will never again feel fear about unwanted things jumping into your experience. You will understand that nothing can jump into your experience without your invitation. Since there is no assertion in this attraction based universe, if you do not achieve vibrational harmony with it, it cannot come to you. And unless you do achieve vibrational harmony with it, it cannot come to you. Again, if you do not achieve vibrational harmony with it, it cannot come to you. So it is more reassuring in terms of that if you are not. Okay, let me, go back. So the author mentioned that, we need to become aware of how our thoughts are making us feel, because most of the times when we are thinking about the situation, we keep thinking about it and all the things that we don't like about it. We keep on complaining about it. We keep on thinking what went wrong, how it might get even worse and all of that. And we rarely actually pause and ask ourselves how these thoughts are making me feel right now. you know. We like in general we know we are not feeling good, but we never pause and, connect the dot of our feeling with the thought that we are having. We never pause and ask ourselves that how is this way of thinking influencing my emotional state, my energetic state, and is it creating is it creating that those higher vibrations of love and gratitude and, compassion, or is it creating those lower vibrations of sadness, of, jealousy and all of that? So we need to, the first step is when we are thinking whatever situation that you guys are in, to connect that dot of this thought is causing all of these emotions within me. And then the author reassures us that once we figured that out, now we are no longer now we are no longer resonating at that vibrational level, at the vibrational level of things that we don't want, the things that are at a lower vibration level. So if we are not a match for it, we would not attract those things. So the author reassures us in this manner. And the author also mentions that unless you do achieve vibrational harmony with it, it cannot come to you. So in the second part, the author mentions about the things that we do want. And the author says that unless you match your vibrations with that thing that you want, unless that happens, they would not come to you, because again, they are not a match for your, they are not a match for your frequency. So the author reassures, and the author tells us why you are not getting what you want and why you might be getting what you don't want. And all of it is comes down to thought, because that is one of the ways through which we create our own reality, because our thoughts influence our emotions. And, in terms of energy world, it makes sense, in this manner. So we talked about energy world, but if we also talk about rationally in terms of like scientific evidence, for example, sorry, in terms of that, then also your thoughts determine the way you feel, and how you feel determines the way how you're going to behave in a certain situation. So if you are thinking something bad about that person, other person who you are in a conflict with, and you start to feel angry and all of those emotions, then you are obviously going to maybe, say some things that you don't mean to. And, and all of that reality, and it is going to result in even more conflict, but the conflict is the thing that you don't want. So there is this loop that goes on, if we also look at it in from a psychological perspective, from like a more, logical perspective, apart from, the energetic and spiritual world also. So that is the recommendation of the author. And if this is what you're struggling with, if your negative thoughts are getting the best of you, or if you're not able to deal with the kind of thoughts that you're getting in the situation, um, then let me know if you would like me to share some resources that I have created for you guys in relation to that, that how you can, change the way you think, how you can change even deeper, like from where the thoughts are originating. So let me know if you would like me to share the resources in the comments. And if you want, I will share them. And if not, then we will move on to the next reading. Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you, Lindsay, for letting me know that you would like me to share them. Okay, just a second. I will take a sip and then I will share them. Okay. So, okay, so dear Lindsay, I have like three resources for you. Um, let me see. Yeah, so you can get started with this one first. So these three resources are like three like courses that I have. And this very first course is regarding that. And really, this might also apply in your situation, So you can check them out, because I do not like, do like individual reading or stuff. It's more about being open and receiving whatever wants to come through from the space, and it does resonate with a lot of people. So yeah, I just tune into my intuition, and I ask you to tune into yours and receive whatever wants to come through. Okay. Oh my God, such lovely comments. Let me go. I will read them past. Yeah, I will just quickly share the resources and then I will go to them. Okay. So, yeah, this is the first course, which is Master Your Thoughts by Overcoming Common Thinking Errors. So, basically, there are certain thinking patterns that usually creates a lot of suffering for people, that are usually unhelpful, and they are not some random patterns. They are based upon two therapeutic approaches. Okay. So so what you can do is you can go through this course and see what are those patterns that you indulge in. I'm pretty sure you would relate to at least, one to three of them, because I did, and most of the people do. So be on the checkout of what are those so that awareness comes. And then I have also mentioned specific techniques for tackling each of those thinking patterns. Okay. So I've mentioned specific techniques that might help you with them. So this is the first course that you can start with. Okay. The second course that you can go to in terms of dealing with negative thoughts is this one. So, in this course, which is Master Your Mindset by Identifying Your Limiting Beliefs, I have like two lessons which actually explains how you are creating your own reality, and how you keep on manifesting the stuff that you don't want, how you are stuck in all those patterns. So I explain the whole loop in using a psychological concept, which is self-fulfilling prophecy, and a lot of other things as well, that what exactly is happening. And I have also include all the techniques that I know of to identify your limiting beliefs, which are nothing but those thought patterns, those a particular kind of thought that you have repeated so much that it has been deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind, and usually they get encoded in your subconscious mind during your childhood, but it can happen at other times as well. So it will help you identify them to really see what is running my life without me not even knowing. Okay. And to also see where did that come from, because from that comes freedom to choose your own beliefs. Okay. And the third resource that I have for you is, or for anyone who wants to learn how to deal with the negative thoughts and limiting beliefs also. So this is the last course, which is Transform Your Negative Thoughts and Master Healthy Thinking using CBT, which is a therapeutic approach. Okay. So, in this particular course, I have explained the basics in the starting lessons, and also have mentioned, different techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy that will help you, learn to question your thoughts rather than just believing what your mind throws at you. And these are very smart questions that would help you see beyond the lies that your mind tells you. And they can be applied, those techniques can be applied to your thoughts and can be applied to your beliefs. But beliefs sometimes are a little bit more complicated and needs someone else, like a therapist or a coach, to help you untangle them. But yeah, feel free to try them and see if they work for you. So these are the three resources that I have for you. And I also have a playlist which I will share towards the end that has like some negative thoughts that you might have. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. I am glad that you like the resources. Okay. Now let me go through the comments before we move on to the next reading. Chris says, this is spot on for me right now. Amazing. Needed to hear this. Thank you so much. I am so happy, Chris, that it resonated with you. And thank you so much for sharing that, because your feedback really matters to me. It helps me strengthen my own trust in my own inner wisdom. And that is the same thing that I want for you guys. That is why I ask you guys to tune into your intuition. That is why I play a lot of games, which we haven't yet, but we will. because it, increases your connection with your own inner wisdom. So thank you, Chris. I'm so happy for you. Rich says, I am part way through your course, A Therapist's Guide to Accepting Life's Difficult Situations, Anisha. It is very helpful. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Rich, for that feedback. I am so glad that you're enjoying that course, or maybe not enjoying because it is about difficult situations. Yeah, let me mention that here in case anyone is interested. But yeah, it is, I I feel lucky to be able to offer you, I don't know whether it is guidance, whether it is a sense of support that you seek through this difficult time, and whatever it is that you're going through, Rich. If that is something, or maybe you are just doing it for, learning the skill of acceptance. But whatever it is, I hope that whatever it is that you're seeking from this course comes through for you and it stays with you and impacts your life in a beautiful way. Okay. Amelia says it can be difficult to accept the things we do not want. Exactly, it is. It is very hard. In my life, the things I said I didn't want have been the catalyst for my biggest growth, for my biggest growth personally and spiritually. I do agree. I so agree with that statement. I I might not have agreed when I was in that phase, but now I so agree, and I'm also very grateful for that suffering. It feels, I don't know, so out of place to say that, but yeah, I'm so grateful for that happened, that I suffered in that moment in a way, that I went through that. Maybe not suffered, but yeah, that I went through that. So yeah, I so completely relate to that, Emilia. So Emilia continues, once I began to recognize those growth patterns, it slowly becomes easier to accept that I manifested this thing I am pushing against. And it takes a lot of courage, and honesty with yourself to recognize that maybe I did have a little bit part in that, or maybe a lot of part in that, and that is not about, again, blaming yourself or blaming anyone else if you realize that it was their responsibility. It is more about, you know, gr- gaining that power back, that since I created this, now I can change that. Since, I have been believing this for a while, now I can believe something else. So it gives us a power back and it helps us move forward. So, first, honesty to look at and recognize and accept your responsibility, or your part in it. And then being able to, let go of any blame that might try to sneak into that and move forward. I am so, proud of you, Amelia, and I'm so happy for this progress. Okay, thank you for the love, Marie. And you're so welcome, Rich. Okay, so let me fill my cup and then we will move on to the next reading for today. Okay, so now let's move on to the next reading. And for that, again, I would like you to, think of something that you would like to receive some guidance on. So bring that to your mind as we spin the wheel. So hold whatever it is that you need guidance on in your awareness. I guess this is the same like sequence of book that came in the last live. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay. So the book that came up today, the second book is Taking the Leap Freeing Ourselves from Old Habits and Fears by Pema Chodron. So let's see what this book wants to convey to us. Give me a second to choose some numbers. Okay, did you guys heard any background noises? Or was it okay for you? It is like a festival time, so yeah, kind of like the neighbors are visiting and everything. So okay, give me a second. Just yeah, I got distracted. Yeah, so just a second, I will choose some numbers. Yeah, it is kind of Diwali week. So yeah, we kind of celebrate in a way for the whole week. But the main festival, which is Diwali, which is Festival of Lights, is on 20th. Okay. Okay, so just a second. Mm, hmm, let me see. Yeah. Donna says, an ex of mine had this book a decade ago. I drew a horse leaping over a fence on the title page. Ooh. I think this reminds me for some reason of this other book by Michael A. Singer, The Untethered Soul. I'm not sure if there was a horse on it or not. But yeah, it reminded me of that book for some reason. And interesting, Donna, that it came up today. And I am really excited to hear what wants to come through from this book, especially for you. Okay, so now I want you guys to choose a number. Okay, before I share the numbers, for anyone who is joining for the very first time, the instruction is to not rush at all, but instead see which number is coming up for you between the numbers that I share. Okay. And then share that in the comments. And then I will go through all the numbers that you guys share in the comments and choose a number based on my intuition from it. Okay. So, in this way, we will get to tap into that collective wisdom. So, everyone here receives whatever it is that we need right now. So, the numbers between which I want you guys to choose is 13 to 105. I love the enthusiasm, Janine. But maybe, yeah, can you try to choose in between those numbers? Because probably on 11th page, it might be like a title or something. Let me see. Yeah, so on page number 11, what the title of the book is there exactly. Yeah, that's it. So maybe that is the message for you. But yeah, you feel free to choose another number. Okay, so thank you, dear Donna, V, Amber, LJ, Rachel, Chris. Thank you for choosing the numbers for this book. Yeah, take a leap of faith, exactly. Um, I guess I was watching like a reel or something. It was like a cartoon kind of thing where the boy was so there was like how do we say it? I don't know the English for that, but yeah, there was no bridge in between, and there was like two. What is that known? Like valley. Okay, okay, forget it. Sorry, I will not be able to explain it in a better manner. But yeah, maybe you might have seen, something like that. But yeah, it was basically, take the leap of faith, take the first step, and the path will appear, and just trust yourself in a way. So I love that message that came up for you. So Janine, whatever it is, that you're wondering that should I do that? Should I not? It is risky. maybe I'm not capable, maybe it is not the right time. So the universe is saying, Janine, take a leap. Um, Janine says, thank you, dear blessings. You're welcome. Emilia, thank you. Thank you, Amber. Okay, anyone else who would like to share a number before I choose one from these? Okay, so it seems like that's it. So let me go through the numbers and see which one am I resonating. Okay, it seems like Amber and Donna are really, aligned. They both chose the same number. Hmm. Yeah, Abyss. Thank you so much, Abby, for mentioning the name for that. Yeah, and there was like a quote. We actually did a meditation on this quote of Insight Timer, which was like, the mind creates the abyss and the heart crosses it. And we actually did a meditation on that, on that particular quote. So love how that circled back here. And Janine says message is so on point, grateful truly. I am really, really happy that it resonated with you. Thank you for sharing that, Janine. Means a lot. Okay. So let me see which number should I go for? Okay. There was like two numbers between which I was feeling confused, but the number that I'm choosing, that I'm going for is 84. And the number has been chosen by Donna and Amber for all of us. Okay, Donna, it seems like indeed the message wants to be for you. Mhm. Okay, it was related to phone calls, Janine, like connecting with someone or something like that. Okay, I love that you got, I guess, the reassurance or the encouragement to take that step and, invite more of whatever it is that that phone call might bring. Okay. Oh, love that. So happy for you, dear. Okay, so let's see what is on page number 84. So the author says, sorry, let me drink some water and then I will continue. So the author says, when you are waking up in the morning and you aren't even out of bed, even if where you are, even if where you are is frightening or perhaps so routine that it's boring or deadening, you could look out and take 3 conscious breaths. Just be wherever you are. After reading that line, apart from like morning and conscious breath practice, what I'm also getting, you know, this another thing is coming up for me is that in your life also, wherever you are, just be there, just relax into it. Whatever life has, brought your way, it's okay. Just take 3 deep breaths. Let go of making it any different than it is, or wanting it to be any different from what it is, Stop resisting it and allow it and just be wherever you are. Even if it's not where you planned to be, even if, you want it to be somewhere else and you are not there yet, but wherever you are, allow it to allow yourself to be okay with it. That is another thing that came up for me. Mm. Sorry, Amber, I didn't get your text. I would love if you can explain it a little bit. What do you mean? Or is it in another language? And now I'm feeling actually called to go for that next number that I was feeling confused with, which was page number 89. So it was pretty close to this one. So yeah, I want to see what or else wanted to come through before we move on. Hmm. So the author says, somehow when my heart broke, the qualities of natural warmth, qualities like kindness and empathy and appreciation, just spontaneously emerged. It is fairly common for crisis and pain to connect people with their capacity to love and care about another. It is also common that this openness and compassion fades rather quickly, and that people then become afraid and far more guarded and closed than they ever were before. So, again, the suffering, the pain, the heartbreak has this potential to open our hearts, to break open our heart. That heartbreak actually breaks open our heart and let all that in and actually let that love out to, it helps us connect with the suffering of another. Because when we are in a good mood, when everything is going well in our lives, we do not, um, consider or truly understand what it is like to be in pain. So that understanding emerges when we ourselves go through that. And with that understanding, that connection, that empathy, that love, that care, that compassion emerges for all of the humanity, for anyone else who is going through or who might have gone through the same thing that I'm going through in this moment. And then the author also mentions, which you might have noticed, the thing that after heartbreak, for example, what happens is that feel all these feelings also quickly fades away because we close our heart, because we try to protect us, we guard ourselves, we build high walls, so that we are never hurt again like that, because that is that is very painful. So the author says, so if you're going through such a time, maybe this question is for you. So the author says the question then is not only how to uncover our fundamental tenderness and warmth, but also how to abide there with the fragile, often bittersweet vulnerability. How can we relax and open to the uncertainty of it? So, you know, like how can we be there? So so when there is a lot of pain, maybe our heart closes, maybe it feels like it is too much for us to ever take, and in a way to protect us, we close our heart. But maybe the author is saying that there is another option, there is another way, is to allow ourselves to be open to it, to be with it, be with that rawness, be with that vulnerability, be with that feeling of, feeling broken, worthless, feeling not enough, feeling, I don't know, whatever it is that is coming up for you. So maybe there is this other way to, to reconnect, to not let whatever happened change you or close your heart, to make your heart of stone in a way, but to make it even more tender and warm, and to realize your own capacity to hold all that suffering that you are in, and to even hold all that suffering that other person might be in, like all the suffering that anyone else that might go through, because when you keep your heart open, you are able to connect with that and offer that person that love, and their parts, the little versions of them, feel seen, feel heard, feel loved, feel valued in like however they are. And then in this way we can like start this whole beautiful wave of compassion. And it starts with sitting with your own suffering first, being with your own, being with your own hurt, and not let that close your heart, but to let that connect you with your own immense capacity of love. So that is something that wanted to come through me. Wow. Okay. So I'm not sure how much it resonated with you, Donna, Amber, and Chris, because I read, these readings from page number 84 and 89. And if it did, I would love to know. And if anything else is coming up for anyone else, or if it resonated with anyone else, feel free to share that in the comments as well. You know, just share away whatever is coming up for you, because maybe there is some part of the wisdom left that wants to come through you. We never know. Okay, yeah. So Amber has clarified what, she meant. So Ashe means kinda like powerfully worded. Okay, truth and blessing listening. Ah, Amber, you always bring such uniqueness to this. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, huh? Nice thing to learn about. And thank you, Manu, for sharing that number. Hmm. I guess, I know you joined late and we didn't get to consider your number, but I hope that you get something, whatever it is that you needed from the reading that we did. Denise says, eat, you know, beautiful teaching about the heart. Oh, I am glad that, it touched your heart in some way. Okay, so I guess, it is about to be like 1.5 hours soon. Sorry, yeah. So we have been, live for almost 1.5 hour, and now I guess, yeah, it is the right time to end this live. But I would like to, so this live is going to have two ends for two different group of people here. And the first group of people is those who, who are regular ones, who already know what I'm going to mention next, who already know about all the resources that I'm going to share next in just a moment. So if you guys have something to do, and and if you want to get to that, you are welcome to, say goodbye to it, goodbye, and to RSVP for my next live where I can see you guys. And if you want to stay, feel free to stay. I would love to spend more time with you. And yeah, in the next few minutes, I am going to share, you know, about like three places where you guys can find all of my resources in one place, so that you have something to go to after this live, so that all the ones who are joining for the very first time or who don't know about all the offerings that I have, so that get a view or an idea of all that and see if something resonates with you, if this is what you're looking for at this moment of your life. Okay. Chris says, thank you. You are in my life. Sorry. Okay, give me a second. Yeah. Sorry, I mixed the two comments. Chris says, like you are in my life and are helping me through a difficult time and situation. Thank you so very much. Oh, that means a lot to me, Chris. And I hope that whatever it is that you're going through, you find some moments of peace through that. And I guess things goes, somewhat smoothly for you. And you learned whatever it is that you need to learn from the situation with more grace. And Chris says, thank you for your amazing insights and help. You have been a gift. Thank you so much. I am honored. Okay, let's see. Amber says about the rawness not shining away when we feel super tender or raw. Okay, rawness. Okay. Yeah, so about the rawness not shying away when we feel super tender or raw. Alchemy, alchemizing things. Exactly, it is always so beautiful for us to witness within ourselves, how that suffering turns into something so beautiful. It can become something, it can become a blessing, it can become turn into gratitude or love or compassion. It's just beautiful alchemy of our beingness. Ah, I love that. And I feel truly honored to witness that in others. Every time I witness that in my clients, I am just in so much awe, and I feel so connected with myself as well. It is just such a beautiful feeling. Okay, Amber continues, allowing our pain and fears to be transmuted into good medicines as best we are able. Exactly. So we do not need to put again a rule with this that I need to be with every single of my hurt or suffering. But try our best to be with it however we can, whenever we can. Thank you, Amber, for sharing that beautiful comment. Okay, guys, now for the ones who have joined me for the very first time, I'm so happy that you guys, stayed till the end. And I'm excited to share with you all that I offer. And I really hope that something resonates with you. But let me just quickly go through the rest of the comments and then I will share with you all, that I have for you. Ruth says, I always leave your live sessions feeling calmer and a bit more positive about humanity, Anisha. Thank you for your beautiful energy. I am deeply, deeply touched by this beautiful comment. It just means a lot to me, Rich, that you feel that way, that you get to carry this from the space. It means a lot. And yeah, I am super grateful to be with you all. LJ says, with gratitude, Anisha, peace be unto you, unto all. Thank you for that blessing, LJ. Okay. So let me take a sip of water because I'm kind of fumbling, and then I will share with you the last part of this live. And by the way, guys, if you guys, have resonated so far with this live, or if you gained whatever it is that you needed from this live, and if you would like to make a contribution to, help me keep these going, or to create more resources, which I'm going to share in a moment, then you can do so by making a donation. And you can do so only if you are able to and if you feel called to. There is no compulsion at all. Okay, so now let me share about three places where you can find all of my resources in one place. Okay, so the first place is you can go to my profile, okay, which is Anisha Maheshwari. Here in the home page, sorry, here in the home page, when you scroll all the way down, okay, at the bottom, you will see my first resource. Okay, but before that, here, I forgot to mention this one, which is a group. So I have like a little community of my own on Inside Timer, which is known as Wonderful Beings. And what I do here is that after each live, I actually share a summary of that live in this group. And I share the type of meditation that we did. I share the name of the books through which we read and the exact readings so that you can go back to these reminders and let them sink in. And so that you don't miss out on anything, in case you're not able to attend any live. And I also update some other things there. So that group or this little community of mine is my way to stay connected with you all and, to keep you updated with what all is happening in my world. So, yeah, so if you feel called to, you can join that group. And okay, coming back to the three places where you can find all of my resources. So again, on the home page, we scrolled all the way down, and just above the group, you will find playlist section. Okay, so here you will find four playlists that I have created, which is basically I've organized all of my tracks into the form of four playlists. Okay, the first playlist that you see here is 21 Days Mindfulness Meditation Challenge. So if you're looking for developing a meditation habit or to truly understand how mindfulness can benefit you in simpler terms, in real life, then you can, check out this playlist and go through the fundamental practices of mindfulness and cultivate that skill of awareness. The second, and all the tracks again in this is free, okay? So it is accessible for everyone. The second, playlist that I have for you guys is self-soothing techniques for difficult emotions, okay? So this playlist basically contains some emotion regulation techniques that you can use when you're feeling overwhelmed or when you are not able to tolerate your emotions, like it is too much for you, or when you want to feel grounded and centered and all of that. Then you can try these techniques to help you lower the intensity of your emotions. Okay, the third playlist that I have for you is, if you have, and so the name of this is for negative thoughts and limiting beliefs. So this basically have 3 to 4 minutes tracks, talks that touches each of the negative, different negative thoughts or limiting beliefs. Like there is something wrong with me. I am not good enough. I'm too broken to heal. Or what if I make a wrong decision? Okay. And I have been pretty inconsistent with adding these. Maybe after a month, I would be more consistent. I have promised myself that. Right now, I'm giving myself some gentleness with it. But yeah, I will be adding more and more, tracks to this. And thank you, dear Emilia, for this beautiful, generous, kind donation. I am so very grateful. And I wish you nothing but peace and love and, whatever it is that you need at this moment of your life. I hope that everything that you want, that you need, and that you desire find its way to you because you help me create that, you allow me to, make that happen for other people. So it is only natural that it is going to come to you in so much, expanded quantity, for the lack of a better word. So yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Uh Going back to, yeah. So in this playlist I mentioned like there are like very many tracks, and everyone who has listened to these tracks have found them useful. So you can try them if you are going through, any of those, if you're believing any of those beliefs. And you will leave each track with feeling more reassured and with a ray of hope, after a mindset shift. Okay. The final playlist that I have for you is Wheel of Wisdom, and the subheading is Pick a Meditation. So basically, what we did here in the space, I have tried to create it for you in that playlist. So I want you guys to continue, connecting with your intuition. And that's why I created a game out of this whole playlist. The instructions are here, you can read them. And it will help you develop your connection with your intuition and let your intuition choose a meditation for you. And again, all the tracks here are free, and all the tracks here are actually the meditations that we do in this whole series of Wheel of Wisdom. So we do one meditation in each, live at the start of it. And we have recorded over, I guess, 115 plus meditations. And I'm publishing them one by one. Okay. So yeah, you can check them out here. And this one would also be released later on in this, here. And if you want an early access, like right now, I will share where you can find that as well. The meditation that we did today. So that was the first place where you can find all of my resources in one place. The second place is the courses section. Okay, so on my profile, you will see a courses section, and here you will find all of my 7 courses here. So I already shared 4 courses with you, in this comment section, as we talked about overcoming your negative thoughts and acceptance. And I will share the rest 3 with you here quickly in case you want to dive deeper into that. Okay. So you can save them. I would not explain them so much, but you can explore them on your own because it might consume your time. So, the name of this course, the fifth course that I have, is How to Stop Chasing and Start Living from Doing to Being. Okay, so it is my miniest course so far. It is just a 3-day course to shift your mindset. So you can save it if you want. And then there is this course, which is the art of noticing, how to find joy, peace, and love, or beauty, or whatever it is that you want right now, right here in your daily life without changing anything about it. So if you want to experience what it is like to really, see the miracle, to feel alive daily, then you can try this course. Okay. And the seventh course that I have for you guys is the ultimate beginner's guide to mindfulness meditation. So if you want to deepen your meditation practice, I already mentioned a playlist which has all the free tracks, but if you want to deepen it, you can try this particular course and it will help you understand the why, what, and how of mindfulness. Okay. So this was the second place where you can find all of my resources in one place. Okay. And the final place, in case nothing I shared resonated with you so far, or if you need more support, or if you need, more guidance, or if you didn't got what you needed basically, then in that case, what you can do, you can go to the third place, which is the about section of my profile. Okay, you can scroll all the way down, and here you will see this. So in this, you will find a way to work personally with me if that is what you need right now. If you want more personalized guidance or support, you can check that out here. And if you would like, to also check out other things, like as I said, that this whole live is getting recorded. So if you would like to check that out and access the meditation that we did today, or if you would like to, access, the other additional free resources that I have, you can check here. And at last, if you would like to know more about me, like my journey, that also you can find here in detail, like what I have gone through and, all of that stuff. So, yeah, so this is, all the 3 places where you can find, all that I offer. So I hope that something resonated with you guys and you got whatever it is that you needed, from this live. And it was so lovely to receive such beautiful messages and to really, hear that how these readings have been impacting you, how you got what you needed today. It just means a lot. Thank you for all the lovely comments and feedback. It so means a lot to me. Okay, guys. So I guess, yeah, now it's time to finally wrap up this, live session. So thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful presence, for the lovely interaction and the hearts. I feel so grateful that you chose to spend your time with me today. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. Okay, let's see. Amelia says, "Thank you, Anisha, for another wonderful session. Thank you, Amelia, for your support and for your beautiful presence. I love having you." Amelia says, "I plan to save today's meditation when you post." Ooh, I am so happy to hear that you that you really liked it. Yeah, so in that case, I will note it down and I will, send it to you personally whenever it is released so you don't, miss out on that. Okay. V says, "Thanks, Anisha. You're welcome, V." Okay, let's see. Amelia says bye for now. Bye, Amelia. And V also says bye for now. Bye, dear V. Let's say thank you, Anisha. You're so welcome, Rich. It was lovely having you today. And thank you so much for that kind donation. Thank you so much for offering me your love. And I'm so happy that something from today's live touched you. It means a lot. Okay, guys. So now let's say final bye. Okay. Bye. Take care. I will see you day after tomorrow. Okay, no, maybe is it day after tomorrow? Okay, on 21st. Okay, I will see you on 21st at the same time. Bye. You're welcome, Chris. Namaste. Oh, hi, Nicole. I am so, so happy to have you here. Oh my goodness, guys, Nicole is another wonderful, beautiful soul and a teacher on Insight Timer, a fellow teacher. And I'm glad that, you finally got to, catch on the live. I'm not like maybe you joined late, but I am so happy that you said hi or yeah, you commented. It means a lot to have you here. And I invite you guys, if you don't know who Nicole is, please check her out. She's amazing, and her lives are just so, welcoming and such a wonderful energy she has. Okay. Hmm. V says, "Enjoy the celebration." Thank you, V. Nicole says, "Hey, love, hugs." Hug to you. Nicole says, "So happy to get to see you too. Yes, I was late. No issues. I hope that I get to see you in the next live, Nicole, if the timing is right for you." Okay. So, bye. Now, bye. Love you all. Bye.